Hey everyone, Satnam. My name's Elise and you're watching Satnam Spirituality. This is your reading for the full moon in Cancer. Sorry for being away for a while. I just had to deal with some family things and I appreciate your patience and welcome back to the channel. If you could like, share, subscribe, that would really help me out as I am still just getting going. I would really greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Leave a comment down below about maybe some of the things that you've been feeling this season. It's been pretty dense energy, and I know there's been a lot of folks talking about the energy of 2025 with the astrology, and I definitely recommend you check out your astrology forecast with whoever resonates with you. As we're going into it right now, the sun is about to be opposite Pluto, and Mars just went through its opposition in Pluto before ingressing back into Cancer. So we just are passing the halfway point. The Mars opposite sun is about the halfway point of his retrograde cycle. So something that we've been visiting, Mars first entered Cancer, which is kind of when this energy starts culminating in August of this year. And he will not be moving out, I do believe, until June of this year. And just after Mars stations direct at the end of February, Venus will be moving into her retrograde period. She just moved into Pisces at the beginning of this month. So they started out in a trine by sign just before Mars went back into Cancer. So now they're in a trine by sign. So they're working cooperatively together right now, but Venus will be going through retrograde and she ends her retrograde period in April. So take a look at what houses those are appearing in your chart. They're going to be really activated. Aries, she goes into Aries and then goes back into Pisces. So check out those areas of your chart, the Leo, Cancer, and Neptune areas of your chart. There's a lot of action happening in Aries right now, and the house or houses, depending on what system you use, will be extremely activated this year. There's a lot of big changes that are coming this year. So let's get started with this full moon in Cancer. Spirit, what's the overall message here? I love this card. So we have Sri Bala. Commit entirely and without hesitation to your most passionate inspirations. There are genius and wisdom in what you yearn to do. You have a greater capacity to attain fruition than those around you may recognize. Believe in yourself, even if no one else does. It is not imagination that drives you towards your destiny, but the instinctive recognition of your true purpose. Definitely about finding our true purpose this year. So the other thing that's going on with the astrology is all the planets that are moving into new signs. So we're moving from like an earth and water base with all the outer planets into fire and air based signs. And then they will be retrograding back into the into the water and earth signs and fully moving forward next year. So we're getting a peak of the energy starting this spring and heading into next fall. So really pay attention to what's changing around you, because those will be really good indications of what's going to be changing for you next year. So just remain open to receive. Really focus in on your desires, what you want to create here, right? Even if other people don't recognize it within yourself, don't rely on other people for that validation. Rely on yourself and don't be afraid to go after your dreams. I know it's hard. You always got to start somewhere. So even if it's just taking a baby step towards things, like looking into what different type of projects you might be interested, or identifying those kinds of things, or where you want to make change in your life. Genius and wisdom in what you yearn to do. So definitely you're being directed for a reason, right? Spirit's guiding you towards something for a reason. So don't hesitate. Trust yourself. And if you fail, it's just a learning experience. It's not really a failure. It's an opportunity to learn more about yourself, more about what you want to do, more about where you're going. And definitely with Mars in Cancer, he does not do well in Cancer. He's very out of place. And so there is this need to review within what drives you forward. Okay, let's take a look and see what's the energy of this full moon in Cancer. True purpose, recognition, peace. I think this is about finding inner peace before moving forward in a different direction. It's like that reconciliation within yourself about, yes, this is what I want, and I am not going to let other things like interfere with the vision that I hold for my life, right? First, we have resilience, yep, and assessment. So this is staying true to yourself. You know, she's got this big, huge, she's carrying this big, huge bag on her back. And as you can see, this person here is looking out to the stars, right? She's taking a look, she's seeing where she's going, but as you can see, she's already on her way. And both of these, you can see the people are moving in these cards, moving towards something, moving forward. So really taking a look at where you've been, you know, taking stock of maybe some of the challenges, really assessing, like, is a juice worth the squeeze? Wouldn't be surprised if Seven Pentacles came out this reading. Hunger, wisdom, and action. Yeah, you've learned more about yourself and your desires, and now you're ready to take action towards them. And this is like really, you know, with the sun being in Capricorn, you know, there's a lot of drive and focus on achievement, right? And with the full moon in Cancer, the moon being in her home sign, it's really about emotionally coming to terms with, if I desire this, then what does that mean? Who does that make me, right? If I also keep on doing these things that pull me away from my inner peace, then that also defines who I am. It's not necessarily always my desires that define me, but it is also the things that we choose to actively participate on a day-to-day basis. Feeling the need to do a Celtic cross, but let's just see where our soul is at, our soul growth mission. And I feel a lot of us have been feeling this change coming for a while. You know, we've been working through some very heavy energies, especially over the last 5 years. You know, when Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto made that conjunction at the very late degrees of Capricorn. The beginning of, was it the end of December or the beginning of January 2020? That really started a course correction for us. And if you take a look back over the last couple of years of your life, it's like there's been a path that's being laid out in front of us, and we've just been overcoming things. Yeah, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. We've been letting go of the things that don't serve us anymore so that we can step into this new identity within ourselves, right? We have the earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. We have new earth, it's happening. Keep holding the vision. Keep focusing on your desires and where you want to go. And also, like, what does success look like as well? That's a question that's kind of coming through. Like, what does success look like? We have learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. You could be feeling isolated. You could be feeling alone. You could be feeling, I'm getting like, it's like, I don't feel like I'm understood. And also with empathetic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. A lot of these, like especially with the Sribala, making specific mention of other people maybe not recognizing just how much will and determination that you have, right? Like you want, and also with this being the full moon, this is the full moon in Cancer, the wolf moon. And it's about that hunger. It's about, you know, right now in the middle of January is, you know, we've been in the winter season for a while. We've used up our stores, and now we're yearning for something new to come forward. And it's like you are lifting this big huge weight off of you and understanding what is your energy and what's not your energy. So maybe taking stock of your internal energy, maybe understanding what other people energetically are putting on you. Maybe there's something around psychic vampirism here, right? In the world, but not of it. I really feel like there's a feeling of isolation here, and maybe there's just people that can't come with you on this new path, and you're really taking some time to decide what is going to come with you with this wisdom and this action card. But I do see us taking action towards this new thing. All right, so since Earth Magic came up here, This was my first ever deck. Love, compassion. Let's see, rebirth. We have veiled. Maybe it's just not clear to us yet. And that's the thing with the full moon in Cancer, is things, it's all to do with like our emotional body, right? Like we are coming to terms with our emotional sense of self. And that doesn't really come through so clearly or so naturally to us in the society that we live in, is tuning into our emotions and really truly feeling our emotions. And this is a beautiful opportunity to really step into that. You know, what are my wounds? You know, what am I feeling right now? How do other people make me feel when I'm around them? So I see this rebirth energy here, definitely with the action card. We have shaman, ancient healing wisdom. Maybe you're getting some downloads. Maybe you're getting inspiration from, you know, tarot readers, or maybe getting a personal reading. And I see strength here. I just really feel like there's an inherent within that is driving us forward here. And with this strength card, you know, mountains can be seen as like insurmountable, but it's also something that is you can't move mountains easily, right? So it's like that inner strength, coming to terms with maybe some of the negative behaviors that we've been allowing other people to take our power, is what I'm hearing, right? And we have effortless right underneath, and activation, right? So maybe we don't realize how easy it can be to take a step into this new self. It feels like we're carrying a lot of other people's energy here, a lot of other people's emotions. We've been dealing with a lot of other people instead of focusing in within ourselves. So maybe there's some like people pleasing going on. Definitely. Six of Swords, like mentally moved on. Maybe we've moved on mentally, but like our emotions are kind of keeping us held back. And it's just like our time to be fearless. There's something about stepping fearlessly into this new space. Let's take a look. We have the Two of Wands. Yeah, planning. I want to jump out. All right. Got the Hermit at the bottom. Yeah, isolating. Okay. You have the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords with the Six of Swords. A lot of mental energy that's going on here. I see here that there's it's like our mind is in this cage, you know. We are way overthinking things, and the things that like maybe that you're not sleeping at night, maybe there's some insomnia around this, maybe you're seeing the villain in other people. There's a feeling that you need to defend yourself here, and really what this mental anguish that's being raised here is our own inability, maybe previously, or something that we're actively choosing to participate in, this mental barrier that, you know, we can release ourselves from this at any point in time. And maybe that is the power that we are taking back, is our ability to be able to release ourselves mentally. You know, who are you outside of your roles? Where are you going in your life? And are you allowing other people to define that for you? See what's crossing you? What's holding back? What's crossing you? Interesting. So these are, crossing can be either help or hindrance, and we have the Star, the Ace of Swords, and the Magician. So it's like this manifestation of this healing. There's like this truth coming in. And it's like gaining this higher perspective. It's like knowing when to water your garden. And so coming back into self-focusing, I really feel that it is time to focus back in on ourselves instead of giving to other people, right? And when we start stepping into that space of healing, of hope, of optimism, of also seeing ourselves as center stage, when we step into that, this manifestation, this truth comes in, and we have all the tools that we need in order to be able to move forward. So we don't need to feel in this energy of feeling helpless anymore. Whatever that healing looks like, maybe it is help from a mental health professional, maybe it is help from just talking to your friend or family member, just a loved one, maybe just to instill in that, yes, you can do it. Like, we have to believe in ourselves, right? And maybe we've failed in the past, and it's all of these past failures that have shaped who we are today. And instead of maybe try switching up the way that you're approaching a situation, it's like continuously approaching in the same way, expecting a different result is something else that I'm getting. So really look to what other tools do you have at your command in order to be able to accomplish what you want, because not everything needs has a single solution to it. Let's take a look at what's been going on in the past. We have the universe, which is Saturn energy. Saturn's in Pisces right now. Saturn went direct here towards the end of the year last year and is moving forward again. And I just feel like we have, there is this closing of a chapter that we've been moving through. Like I said at the beginning, we've been moving through this chapter in life, and really what it is about taking back control of our life. And Saturn is here to bring that stability in and also to dissolve away boundaries, especially being in Pisces. But there can be kind of this boohoo attitude about it. Saturn can be very, what's the word I'm looking for? It can be really sad, and really, there's like this romanticism of certain things, like you're only thinking about the positive things. Like, say, for example, you change jobs and you're only thinking, and there's a reason why you changed jobs. It was an active decision. And instead of looking at the reasons why you left that job, you're kind of romanticizing this, melancholy is the word that I'm looking for. You're sort of romanticizing the good things about it in a way that is actually self-destructive. If you have made the choice to move on, it's okay to enjoy certain things about what you've moved on for, but also just recognizing that that is just not the right place for you to be at this point in time. Which is totally okay. It's okay to change your mind. So maybe you're also like mourning this previous version of yourself as well. And maybe there's some fear around how to move forward with this. Let's see what's going on at the base of your reading. We have the High Priestess, yeah. So subconsciously, it's like Spirit is working with us in order to trigger this move. It's like it's time, is what I'm getting here. It's time. Let's see what we're consciously focusing on. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, moving forward slowly, steadily. But the other thing too is that on this card, the horse is standing still. So sometimes it's also representing being stuck, waiting for everything to be perfect before moving forward. And the reality is that nothing is going to be perfect. Yeah, we have this Two of Wands. It's like maybe we're stuck in planning mode about what is our perfect ideal life, or how am I going to achieve it, and needing to map out every single thing about this life. And it's like, just go for it. Just start. Just start moving forward towards it. Make a decision. It's okay to change your mind, change your direction after that. See what's coming in. We have the Eight of Wands coming in quickly. This could be like inspiration. This can be like, this is Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury doesn't do so great in Sagittarius. That was actually where we had our last Mercury retrograde. But really, like, this is things coming in quickly, thinking about our ideals, but nothing has landed yet. So everything's kind of up in the air right now. We have the Three of Wands and the Two of Pentacles as something coming in, and this can be waiting. I see us sitting here and flip-flopping still, finding that perfect balance. The Emperor, yeah. Feeling this sense of internal control, like taking your life back. Like, this is really about taking your life back. Stop with the seesawing back and forth, and come into a place of harmony, as opposed to this, then that, then this, then that. You know, maybe there's extremes going on in your life, but there's this, you know, this is the Sun in Aries. And so, the Emperor is Aries as well. And there's like this, you know that you're protected. You know that you have the strength and capacity to move forward. And it's like you're biding your time as to when the right time is. And maybe there's some like anger and frustration around that. Interesting. It's like, until we start getting into these like larger energies, a lot of everything is still like in retrograde. We're going to have Uranus going direct. We're going to have Jupiter going direct, and starting to move forward very shortly here, as well as Mars. So there is a lot of change that is coming in the energy and the direction. And so right now, maybe this is just a point of like getting right. I bring in all my lessons. I recognize all my lessons from seasons past. Okay, let's see how we're showing up. Two of Cups. This could be you and your higher self. And the Two of Cups can also represent something that's like the complete opposite of you also as well. So maybe you're showing up in a way that isn't in alignment with who you are at this point in time. But this can be getting the internal alignment to start outwardly expressing who you are internally. Let's see what's going on in your environment. We have the Ace of Wands. Yeah. So this is like, can be divine inspiration. This action card, this activation card, it's like the energy is kind of coming to a culmination here around you moving forward. With the Emperor, there's a lot of fire energy here and air energy. So there's a lot of get up and go here. But right now, maybe we're just reconciling that, and maybe we're starting to see some of the changes or the opportunities around us. I have the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Sun here for the advice. And the Nine of Wands kind of popped out here in reverse. And what this is saying to me is like, stop holding out for something better, or feeling like you need to continuously fight the same battles in your life. And it's like, you know, you can move into this period of pure joy and stability as long as we consciously wake up and choose that stability in the future, or like for our future self. So maybe this is like repeating habits that we know are no longer good for us, and like I said, expecting that different result. But this is like, we have to ground in this stability, right? There's a lot of it's like integrating from like with the Ten of Pentacles typically has a tree of life on it. And so it's like from spirit, you know, filtering that down into reality, creating that in our physical world. Let's see what the outcome is. I have the Empress. So we have the Emperor and the Empress. I also see the Wheel of Fortune. And like, remember, we still had the Universe here. So this is coming in. This is moving from a get up and go and moving into our feminine energy, into our feminine power, into planting the seeds and waiting for them to grow. But the thing is too, about like, there's a, you know, the Empress is typically like pregnant on the card, but you can also see on this card that there's a phoenix rising from the ashes on the bottom there. So that is us. So this outcome is saying that we are going to persevere. We are going to rise from the ashes. We are going to step into the space of stability, of knowing exactly what we deserve and expecting exactly what we deserve, and not expecting everything to crumble around for us. But it is our choice to go for another ride on the Wheel of Fortune. You know, there are things in our life that we cannot control 100%, and I know we all know that, but how we respond to those things is ultimately what creates the happiness within our life. Do we get pulled into negative situations all the time? Do we allow ourselves to remove ourselves from those types of situations? Do we go silent? You know, how are we responding to the things? How are we proactively showing up? You know, I feel like we're going on this spin with it, but with the Empress here, there is a lot of coming into our own sense of personal power. And then we have the Two of Wands and the Ten of Swords. So it's like, yeah, like this waiting game of over, and like it's with the Ten of Swords a lot. Sometimes I get overkill. It's just total complete overkill, trying to control. But also with the Ten of Swords, there's like a renewal, a hope. It's a 10, it's a completion. So at the end of the day, it still is a completion energy. And it's like you had the 8 and 9 here. And so here's the 10. It's like we are moving out of this 8 and 9 energy right here where we currently are at, and we're moving into this 10 of Swords, and we're just accepting and letting go because we realize like it's just too much mental energy put towards us and it's getting me nowhere. And with the Two of Wands here, it's like we have the power and control again. Right? All of this is showing us that we have the control to move forward into this place of abundance. You know, 3 of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles, creating this stability within our life. That's very, very, that's beautiful. Stepping into that Empress energy, you know, embodying the Emperor, getting right in our mind and in our body, and then really trusting our intuition here. Just making sure that we're not getting paralyzed with things. It's just, you know what? I find these cards to be funny. So we'll use this as a closing message. You got this in the bag. There's so many beautiful things that are going to be coming in for you, and Spirit is just really encouraging you to take your power back. Stop giving it to other people. And it's like you've known that you just don't want to do this anymore. And so maybe you've reached the final boss. Maybe you've been doing it with people, other people in your life, and maybe like that source of why you are doing those things is coming through now in order to be able to be worked through, like the original source of, you know, whatever you went through, that emotional wounding. All right. So underneath the deck, it says you can recover from anything. Your resilience is unmatched. We have ask yourself if it will matter in 10 years from now. If it won't, don't sweat it. If you let go of all of these things and you start heading towards your ultimate happiness, well, this part of your life, are you going to look back at it with a sense of accomplishment and happiness that you were able to do that at this point in time? Or is there going to be regret? There's no such thing as the right time. Trust yourself and do it. Definitely this action energy coming in here. So step into it. Just adopting that sense of fearlessness. Everything you need to get it done is already inside of you. So just confirmation there. You are in control. You are in control. You are in control. You are in control. So just very like confirmation messages here. Sometimes letting go is the best way to free yourself. And don't take anyone's shit. You are always to be respected. Always. And I think that is a beautiful message to leave off here. Just, you know that you have value. You deserve to be loved and cherished. You deserve kindness. You deserve respect, right? And you don't have to take any of this stuff. So sometimes letting go is the best way to free yourself. Instead of trying to control the situation, just let go of it. Let spirit in. Talk to spirit. Let spirit know what you want, and allow spirit to just remove what needs to be removed and bring in what needs to be brung in, because every beginning starts with the ending of something else. All right, thank you so much for watching me today. I hope you have a great day. Sat Nam.